Hello everyone, welcome back to It Ain't Easy Being Rich. Just doing a video update. We had a great award night. Actually I had two of them. One for our Radical Armchair League and the other one for our Easter Island Leatherhead League. The first one is our Big Boys League. Got the belt, got a couple extra trophies, and the Easter Island Leatherhead is my work one. But the commissioner will talk about that here in a little bit. But first, let's get updated on some geocaching and about Route 66. So I'll be right back with you. Take it. Thank you, Rich. The Undercacher is here. That is my geocaching name, and I decided to do a new segment on every video that I do now is a geocaching update. One, what I've been doing personally, and two, what it's going to look like for Route 66. So, I don't know if you recall the first video that I did called the Highway 61 experiment. That's where I took a day, treated Highway 61 that was in Minnesota, pretended it was 66, and see how many I can get in a day. Okay, granted, it was during the winter, and it was only one time that I did it to see how many I could get in a day, but I'm going to kind of gauge it with that, so then hopefully the math is not too off. But I ended up visiting 40 places in one day, or 6 hours. It was during the winter, so that, you know, that's a little, may change the numbers a little bit. But, you know, 6 hours, 40 geocaches, locations that I went to, and I looked at the list that I did, that I put together, starting in Chicago, going to St. Louis. And I ended up having like 414 geocaches in that list. Well, if I do 40 a day, that's 10 days of just geocaching straight. So I went back to the list and I had to trim it down. I mean, I'm going to run out of, I'm not going to get out of Illinois before my vacation is up. Yeah, there's other factors, you know, eating, sleeping, sightseeing. So I went back to the list and I went through them one by one. And what I did was, if they didn't have any favorite points, I eliminated unless they had the word Route 66 in the title. And also, if it didn't have any favorite points, I did save it if it had the word cemetery in the title. There was a lot of cemetery caches in Illinois. Now I may change my mind about the cemetery ones, but you know, being the undercacher, aka being an undertaker as a living, you know, a funeral director as a living, cemeteries are kind of, you know, not my thing, but it kind of fits. So I trimmed it down. I went through them one by one. So if they had a favorite point, I saved it. If they didn't, but it talked about Route 66 in the description, or it was part of a cemetery, I saved it and I trimmed it down to 222. Now, even if I just straight out geocache it, that's about 5 days to get from Illinois, or Chicago, Illinois to St. Louis, Missouri, on Route 66. So, but you know, I'm going to be doing other stuff. I'm going to be sightseeing. There's going to be museums. There's going to be landmarks. You know, there's going to be historical places to go visit. So, you know, there's maybe some days where I just say, I'm not going to geocache. I'm just going to drive and just see the sights. So, you know, one thing that I've always read that while I was researching Route 66 is don't set such an ironclad agenda. So I'm not going to. So we'll see, out of the 222 that I have listed between Chicago and Missouri, we'll see how many of those I actually hit. But at least I trimmed it down to almost half. So yeah, and personally, you know, like I said, I decided to do a little segment about how I've been doing geocaching lately. I really slowed down since I found 1,000 caches. Right now, currently, I'm at 1,165 finds. And so since the last time I did a video, I went out one day, and what I wanted to do was get these travel bugs. Now, if you don't know what a travel bug is, I'll explain it in another video. But it's a little nuance to the game where you pick up what's called the travel bug. It has a little tag on it. It has a serial number. What you do is you pick it up from one cache, and then you transport it to another cache. So, and what you do is you kind of log it, and the website, what it does is it keeps track of how many miles between the caches, where it's visited, what states, what countries. You know, I've had a couple travel bugs out there that are in Europe right now. So, but I wanted to pick up some travel bugs to take with me to Route 66. So I had a little time after work, which is about an hour to 2 hours now before the sun goes down, and ended up going to 3 places, and I didn't find any travel bugs. In fact, I only found one travel bug. I mean, one geocache. The first place I went to, it was a nice little park, little small park in Fridley, and that's one I want to give a shout out to. This is my cache since the last video award, if I have one. And it was called Born to be Wild, and it was set out by Guardrail 10, and the GC number is GC64K1F. If you don't know what I'm talking about, each geocache has a serial number, and you can look up on the website by serial number. So that's what I'm going to kind of include it in some of my deals here. So big shout out to Guardrail 10 for my cache since the last show. And then I just want to give an honorable mention to some of the other ones that I found. What happened that day was I found 1 out of 3. Went to the first one, found it, no travel bugs inside. And then I went to the second spot and I found it. No, I couldn't find it. I looked and looked and I couldn't find it anywhere. And the third spot I went to, it happened to be like on somebody's private land in a trailer park. Those kind of like little houses they put on posts that are books. You're supposed to take a book, leave a book type of thing. There was supposed to be a geocache in there somewhere. And I got to the ground zero, which means the spot where it's supposed to be at. But there was about 8 kids playing in the street in the travel park. So I ended up just kind of giving up on finding that one. So so I found 1 out of 3, and I struck out totally when it comes to travel bugs. But some honorable mentions. I did have one day where I was on my way to pick up my daughters, and they needed some extra time. So on my trip to pick them up, I did some geocaching. And I found one in, I think it's Chaska or Chanhassen, I can't remember exactly where it's, but it's called Future of Ag. And that was placed by Burke SF27, aka SFB. It was a lamppost skirt, but it's probably the most uncomfortable lamppost skirt I ever had to do. And if you get to that spot and you take a look at it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then some honorable mentions by geocacher M33M. So M33M. Don't know what that means, don't know what it stands for, but he has a series of caches out there where he's placing like 12 geocaches in 12 towns along 212. That's my route to get to my daughters. And this was in Cologne, and I found number 133, 134, 135, 136. So it's called 212 town series, and M33M. Put those out there. It was a little uncomfortable, but sometimes you just gotta get beyond your comfort zone and just go find them. You're on a dirt road and you come up to the spot where the geocache is supposed to be, and you're just wondering if anybody's paying attention to what you're doing and is wondering. I mean, it's spring, there's no crops, no nothing, so I'm like easy to spot while I'm out there doing whatever. So, but so shout out to those guys. But again, the cache of the show is Born to be Wild by Guardrail 10, GC number 64K1F. So, yeah, that's about it. Let's take it back to Rich and see what the commission has to say after that. See you in a bit. Thank you, Geocacher. Next, we're going to talk to the commissioner in the commissioner's corner and talk about the 2 award nights that we had. We got some highlights coming up about those. Stay tuned. Thank you, Rich. The commish here in the commissioner's corner. I just want to talk about the couple award nights that we had. I commissioned 3 leagues, and 2 of them here are local. And the first one is Radical Armchair. That's my most competitive league. It's a dynasty league. And if you don't know what a dynasty league is, you retain your players year after year. And what you do is you have a rookie draft and add rookies to your team year after year. So it makes trading all that more interesting because rookie picks are usually involved. But we had an award night, met at the bar, had a good time. I want to give out some shout outs before the highlights. Lauren of the Juggernauts, Monster of the Year. He had the best record. He scored the most points. and he won the Fantasy Bowl. Good job, Lauren. And TJ of hashtag Rams, he won Sucks to Be You this year. Why does it suck to be hashtag Rams this year? Because we give that award out to the team that had the most points scored against them. Also, TJ also won, and this is 2 years in a row this has happened. The team that has won the Sucks to Be You trophy has also won the King of Turd Hill playoffs. Our little playoff bracket there. Last year it was Tad, and this year is TJ. So, even though it sucked to be you, you won King of Turd Hill, and that's basically a bracket for the teams that don't make the playoffs. I want to give a shout out to Sean of Super Bowl Homeboys. They won the Stinkhole Trophy. If you watched the video last week, or the last video that I did, it explains what the Stinkhole is all about. And shout out to you, Sean. And then Luke of Breezus, King of the Drews, play on words there. And what we do is in our Radical Armchair League, we have a bracket for the guys that are from Minnesota that kind of put money into to get this trophy. It's a belt, wrestling belt. And shout out to Luke for winning that one. He got to take the belt home with him, and you'll see highlights about that here pretty soon. And then the other league is Easter Island Leatherheads, and that's the other league I commission. It is a free one that I do at work, or based out of our workplace. We had 14 teams. The majority of the people that were playing are in the league, and we have 2 brackets. One bracket is where everybody makes the playoffs. All 14 teams make the playoffs. And a big shout out to Becky, my girlfriend, for winning that one. Interesting story there is an auto draft, and she never updated it, and she ended up drafting players that were out, like Jordy Nelson, a couple other ones, and a couple players that were out, that were not starting or suspended. So she had like 5 players she had to replace, and she did an awesome job picking up players during the course of the year, and then was able to win the Fantasy Bowl in Easter Island Leatherheads. Shout out. Little side note, you're not going to see a highlight of her because she does not want to be on my video blogs. So I do have a girlfriend. She is for real. You're just never going to see her. And then also Alex won the bracket where it is just people that I work with at the Cremation Society of Minnesota. And so we have 2 brackets, so some weeks you play 2 games. But Alex, his first year ever, won the CSM trophy. And a little side note there, this is Alex's first year, won the work trophy. Last year Barb was her first year playing, she won the work trophy. So we got some new players coming up next season. Let's see if it repeats or repeats. So, but enough of me. How about we go to the videos and see the highlights. The official handoff.
Right. That's right. Let's go ahead and snap this. Right?
That's right. We're just happy that you're wearing clothes at the moment with that on.
Well, give it about 20 minutes. Then clothes are coming out.
All right. Good. Sounds good. All right. All right. So I don't know if you want to hold. You want to aim and shoot? Okay. All right. So you guys probably remember this from last year. I don't know if anybody did not see this. This is the Sucks to Be You this year trophy. Goes to the team that had the most points scored against them, which is the Rams. But I brought it just to kind of show those who haven't seen it.
Fan there.
It's the St. Louis Rams.
Oh, you already did a good job of that, man.
So,
I understand.
So Rams enjoy. By his carelessly.
Can we put the Rams name they bring from your team at the bottom of the shitter?
He already knows. He doesn't need his name there.
That's why they moved to LA, right?
And thanks to TJ, the winner of the Swank Bowl this year, he picked the trophy that is going to start. That's it's going to go to the team that loses with the closest margin of points in the playoffs in the wild card. Of course, we only had one a wild card game this last year. Next year we'll have 2. So the team we're going to call the Stinkhole. I think everybody saw the picture on the email. Did everybody see that picture?
Let's see it then.
So here is the stink hole.
No, get that away from me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I heard you talk about it on there. I said that would
Of course,
put that
Brett
up
Favre's
proudly in
gotta
my
be on
office.
All I saw is a Viking kicking, and I still can't look at it.
All right, so this trophy is going to go to the team that loses their wild card game with the closest margin of points.
Put it back in the bag.
And so, but we only had one wild card team, so we only had one loser,
That hurt me.
and that happened to be the homeboys.
Nice. Yeah. I want my picture taken with it too.
There you go.
All my home office are Viking fans, and my office is Packers Central.
Is that Walsh on
All right, hold on. We'll get a picture of you.
Everything that somebody gave me for Packers that.
But you have to wear like a gold Packers
Well, can I
shirt.
stick number 2? Like,
What you got? Gary Anderson.
There it is.
Gary Anderson's top because Mitch Berger's 17. Or was he 7?
All right, so here you're going to add your sticker anywhere you want on the back, the side, at the top.
right over is my game. How big is it?
We bought seats.
I'll start on the left side.
Supposed to seats, supposed to kind of we were surrounded by Seattle fans. And they were just douchebags. During the first quarter, they're trying to
So
give me a high five.
the winner or loser, however you want to put
So
it,
the loser of the wild card by the closest
margin
margin.
of points.
What was the margin this year?
I'll have to take a look.
There's only one game.
Only one
It's only one game, it doesn't matter.
37 points.
It flashed red, so it's recording, right?
Yep, it should be. All right, Kyle, do you want to say anything about losing the trophy, handing it off?
It's a depressing moment. I think my girlfriend might break up with me over it. Not quite sure what's going to happen yet.
That is so sad.
There you go. He's gonna hand it to you.
Oh, I'm getting it first? Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful, Kyle. Oh. Hey, you know what? That looks like you. I think that's where they got it. The passing of the Service Road. Nice.
All right,
Beautiful, Kyle.
all right, hand it out. There we go.
There we go. Alex in the middle. Alex. You be my. I feel like I'm on Survivor. Okay.
Are we recording or? What is that?
I have no idea.
All right,
You said it was speech, Becky.
speech.
Thank you.
Nice speech!
Christina let me win. She did. I don't know. I don't work at your work, so I get to take this home too. Yay! Very nice. So y'all gonna have to fight for it now because I'm not giving it up. Okay. That's it. I'm a little bit competitive.
Barb, our former champion, will hand off the office pool one, the office bracket, to another first timer.
Being a rookie, I was the first one to win this, so I'm very proud. So I'm happy to hand it off to Alex P.
Yay! I didn't get the picture.
I'd like to thank all of you losers for going ahead and losing. I'd like to thank the commissioner for losing. I'd like to thank Zach and Barb for losing. Thank you.
Commissioner with that like nice home field advantage you got that boosted you to a win over
Oh, whatever. I like to thank the commissioner for that. I like to thank Heidi for getting fired and not technically being in the running for my playoff game. I'd like to thank Scott for not being here tonight and complaining about it. You know, I love it. This is the greatest win ever.
controversy, I think.
It is. And that's the only way I want to win. Controversial.
Did I miss something?
No. I won.
You won. Okay.
All right. All right. Those are the highlights. Hope you enjoyed them. Hope they weren't too weird. Big shout out to Alex for having the best speech ever after winning the trophy. If we had an award for it, I would have gave it to him. So that's it for the Commissioner's Corner. I'm the Commish, and it's back to Rich. All right. Thank you very much, Commish, for those highlights. Yeah. All right. Well, that ends our video blog for tonight. And just want to encourage you to look me up on Facebook, Rich Havlik, Havlik. Look me up on Twitter at Rich Havlik. Simple enough. And continue reading the blog and looking for videos. And that's about it. Until next time, a tip of the day, don't fry bacon naked. Here we go. Here I am with Ezra, my little granddaughter. Say hi, Ezra.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Did you have a good day today?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Go Cass.
Go caching?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you enjoyed that, even though we didn't really find anything.
Oh.
Oh. Well, what was your second favorite part? Did you like
Playing games.
playing games? Did you like going out to eat too? Oh, food was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of games did you play? Did you play with Uncle Johnny?
No.
No.
I did.
You did. You did play games with Uncle Johnny. So, what kind of games did you play? Like, did you play dolls?
No.
No. Did you play dress up?
No.
No. Did you play monsters?
Yeah.
Yeah. And whose bag are you going through there?
Um.
Whose bag is that? Is that Uncle John's bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't go through there.
C4, ready for the night.
Don't go through Johnny's stuff, silly girl.
She's like, what's going on?
All right, we're gonna shut it off now, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.